What if the man who spent years tearing his family apart suddenly walked back into their lives pretending nothing ever happened? What if the same father who ignored his children now tries to charm them as if the past could be erased with a smile? Tonight we're diving into the shocking new chapter of Cody Brown's story, where every grin hides regret, every word feels rehearsed, and every move might be his last attempt to hold on to control before it all finally falls apart. It begins with that awkward silence, the kind that stretches just long enough to make everyone in the room aware that something is broken beyond repair. Cody walks in with that familiar half smile, like a man who believes that if he acts normal long enough, people might forget the damage he caused. Years of tension, heartbreak, and distance have carved deep lines into this family. Yet here he stands, pretending the wounds never existed. His voice is calm, his tone rehearsed. He greets Mary with forced warmth, acting like they are old friends, catching up after a brief absence, when in truth it has been years of avoiding her, of ignoring messages, of pretending she no longer mattered. He looks around, commenting on how things look different, trying to spark small talk. But Mary's guarded reply says it all. She's polite but distant. She knows the act and she's not falling for it. This isn't a reunion, it's a performance. And Cody is the lead actor trying to rewrite the script of their history. The air feels heavy. Mary doesn't need to say what's on her mind because her eyes already do. She remembers every cutting word, every dismissive shrug, every public insult that Cody threw her way when the cameras weren't kind, when his frustration turned to cruelty. She remembers him saying he wasn't in love with her, that he never was, that their marriage was a mistake. He once painted her as the problem, the burden, the reason things fell apart. And now he's standing there like none of it ever happened, pretending like time can cover truth. But Mary isn't that woman anymore. She's built walls around her peace, and Cody can sense that his old charm isn't working. His compliments bounce off her cold composure, and his jokes fall flat. In the silence between them, Janelle watches from across the screen, her expression mixed with disbelief and exhaustion. She's seen this before. She's lived through the pattern. Cody disappears when there's no benefit to staying, then suddenly reappears with a smile when he needs something. It's the cycle of control wrapped in fake kindness, the same emotional sleight of hand that once kept everyone orbiting around him. But those days are over now. They see it for what it is, a performance, with cracks showing through. And while Cody tries to act like this is a friendly conversation, every pause, every glance from Mary and Janelle reminds him that trust isn't something you can fake when you've already burned it to ashes. The conversation drags on. Cody tries to act casual, asking about the bed and breakfast, about the dog, about life, but his small talk feels hollow. The dog Zona walks by and Cody pretends to care, pretending to remember, pretending to be affectionate, but everyone watching knows the truth. Cody doesn't like dogs. He never has. This moment isn't love, it's strategy. A desperate attempt to humanize himself in a scene where he has lost all empathy. The awkwardness lingers like fog. Every smile feels forced, every word feels heavy, and underneath it all, there's a quiet tension, an unspoken awareness that this man is trying to rewrite his image, not just for his family, but for everyone watching from home. He's building a version of himself that doesn't exist anymore, the calm, caring man who just wants connection. But Mary and Janelle are not the same women they once were. They're sharper, wiser, and unwilling to be drawn back into the cycle of guilt and gaslighting. They've learned that silence can be power, that not reacting can speak louder than confrontation. And in this moment, their quiet defiance is deafening. Cody senses it too. He fidgets, shifts in his seat, tries another joke about the past, but it doesn't land. The more he talks, the more obvious it becomes that this isn't about healing. It's about control. This isn't a conversation, it's a test to see if he still has influence, if his charm still works, if he can still pull them back into the emotional maze he built for years. But every smile from Mary and every short answer from Janelle tells him the truth. The spell is broken, and for the first time, Cody looks small, powerless, even lost in a scene he used to command. The silence that follows isn't peace, it's realization. And for Cody Brown, that realization is the beginning of the end. Cody sits there with that faint grin that once fooled everyone into thinking he was the glue of the family. But now it just looks like a mask that's slipping. Mary keeps Her voice steady, but her eyes tell a different story. A mixture of strength and weariness, the kind that comes from years of waiting for an apology that never arrived. She's not angry anymore, she's done, and that scares Cody more than rage ever could, because silence means she no longer needs him. He tries to steer the conversation to light topics. His voice rises and falls like he's auditioning for empathy, but no matter how hard he tries, the tone never lands right. Janelle watches with a kind of calm detachment. She's been through too many rounds of this. She's learned that Cody's charm always shows up when there's something he needs: a favor, a signature, a financial move, some form of control. The man who once lectured them about loyalty now sits before them, trying to rebuild bridges that he personally burned, and all the while he's hoping they'll forget the years of words that cut deep, like when he called Mary controlling, when he said Janelle was disrespectful. When he implied their independence was betrayal, Cody has always seen resistance as rejection, and now that he's lost their submission, he's trying to rewrite history with smiles and bad jokes. He leans forward, laughing about memories that no one else finds funny. He asks Mary about the bed and breakfast again, about her business, pretending to be proud, but everyone can feel the hollowness beneath it. He wants credit for caring without actually showing care, and the irony is almost painful. Because for so long, these women gave him everything: their time, their loyalty, their belief that family could fix itself, and all he gave back was resentment wrapped in self-pity. Now that they've built lives without him, he's desperate to be seen as the good guy again, even if it's just for a few minutes on camera. It's the performance of redemption without the work of change, and that's what makes it so uncomfortable to watch. Mary nods politely, but doesn't indulge him. She's protecting her boundaries like armor. Cody's words slide off her like water hitting stone, and when he tries to bring up old times, the tension thickens. He starts talking about the past with selective memory, painting himself as the misunderstood husband who just wanted unity, while carefully skipping the parts where he dismissed their emotions, ignored their pain, and abandoned them emotionally. The narrative he's crafting isn't for them. It's for the audience, for anyone who might still believe the illusion that Cody Brown was ever the victim in his own story. He shifts gears quickly, complimenting Mary's dog again, using small distractions to fill the silence. But the room feels colder. Now the women aren't feeding into his performance, and it's breaking his rhythm. Cody isn't used to losing control. He's always been the one to dictate the tone, the pace, the story, and now he's facing the version of Mary and Janelle, who no longer need his approval or his validation. He tries another tactic. Humor. He starts joking about how awkward things are, as if laughing about the discomfort will make it less real. But the more he jokes, the more obvious it becomes that he's uncomfortable. Not them, he's the one who doesn't know what to say, how to act, how to exist in a space where his power doesn't work anymore. And when he glances at Janelle, hoping for a laugh, she just smiles politely, that soft smile that says, "I see exactly what you're doing, and I'm not playing." Along this is where Cody begins to unravel. The longer the conversation goes, the more transparent his act becomes, the way he leans in, the way his eyes dart between them, looking for any hint of softness, any opening to step back into their lives. But he finds none. He's surrounded by the ghosts of the relationships he ruined, trying to talk his way back into something he destroyed with his own pride. And in the silence that follows, it becomes clear that this isn't a family reconnecting. It's a man facing the emotional consequences of his own decisions and realizing too late that there's no charm left strong enough to undo them. The stillness between them grows heavier. With every passing second, Cody keeps shifting in his seat, searching for a rhythm that isn't there. His smile flickers. His eyes dart from Mary to Janelle and back again, trying to gauge whether he's making progress. But the quiet is louder than any words that could be spoken. It's the kind of silence that tells you everything you need to know. A silence filled with years of disappointment and things that were never said. Cody asks another small question about life, pretending like he's genuinely interested, but his words hang in the air. Untouched, Janelle answers shortly, polite but distant. Her voice steady, her posture strong. She's not angry, she's resolved, and that's what Cody can't understand. He can't manipulate what he no longer controls. Mary adds a few words, nodding with that detached grace of someone who's learned that closure doesn't come from the person who hurt you. It comes from finally seeing them clearly. And what she sees now is a man scrambling to hold on to the illusion of connection, Cody laughs too loud, trying to fill the gaps, pretending like everything's fine. But the truth is written all over his face. The unease, the regret, the frustration of realizing that his charm doesn't work anymore. This isn't the family he can bend to his will. These are women who've rebuilt themselves from the ashes of his neglect. Cody tries to lighten the mood, asking if anyone's heard any good jokes lately, but it falls flat. Mary doesn't even fake a laugh, and Janelle just raises an eyebrow. She knows this tactic well. It's his way of dodging accountability, of skipping over uncomfortable truths by replacing them with forced humor. But the air is too thick for jokes to land, and everyone in the room can feel it. Cody pushes on, talking about how he lives with kids now, how they tell funny jokes as if that makes him sound warm and relatable. But Janelle's quiet response cuts through his performance. She says her grandkids tell funny jokes too. And for a moment, Cody's mask slips because those grandkids are his. And yet he doesn't acknowledge it. He doesn't even ask about them. The truth is written in the silence. He doesn't talk about Maddie's children because he doesn't know them. He's never made the effort he's chosen. Distance and pride over family. And now the weight of that decision lingers in every awkward pause. Janelle's eyes narrow just slightly, the kind of "look" that says she sees through the act. Cody's laughter trails off. He changes the subject too quickly, revealing just how uncomfortable he is. He's talking but saying nothing, using words to hide the guilt that he won't face. He speaks of things, like the past, the good times, the laughter, as if nostalgia can erase neglect. But nostalgia only works when everyone shares the same memories, and these women don't. They remember the abandonment, the fights, the cold dismissals, the way he pitted them against each other to protect his ego, and the way he blamed them when it all fell apart. The camera lingers on Cody's face, and for a second the smile drops. There's a flicker of something real, not regret, exactly, but confusion. The look of a man realizing he's lost his audience both at home and on screen. He tries again, forcing another smile, mentioning Robin in passing, but even that feels strained. The more he speaks, the more it becomes clear that he's living in a different reality, one where the fractures can still be glued together with a few nice words. But Mary and Janelle are living in the truth. They don't need apologies anymore. They just need peace. And Cody's presence only reminds them of how long it took. To find it, he keeps circling back, trying to find common ground. But every attempt feels like an echo of the past, like an old song that used to mean something, but now only brings back pain. And that's when it hits him that the family he once commanded is gone, replaced by individuals who no longer orbit around his approval. For the first time, Cody is the outsider, the visitor in a story that used to be his. And though he doesn't say it, his eyes betray him. There's a flicker of fear, not of losing them, but of realizing he already has in the end. Cody sits surrounded by the pieces of a family he can no longer hold together. The performance is over, and the silence tells the truth. Mary and Janelle have outgrown his control. They've found strength in distance and peace in letting go. His charm, once powerful, now feels empty against their calm resolve. What remains isn't reconciliation, but recognition. The realization that time doesn't erase truth, it only exposes it. And as Cody forces a final smile, the weight of everything he's lost settles in. This is not redemption, it's reckoning, and he knows it's already too late.